Calaroga Shark Media.
Hello and welcome to a special bonus episode of Palace Intrigue. I am your host, Mark Francis. Rumours regarding the whereabouts of Kate Middleton intensified with unconfirmed claims, suggesting that the BBC has been instructed to be prepared for a significant announcement from the royal family in the near future. However, the broadcaster has not made any public statements to confirm such alerts. Viral posts on social media have fueled concerns about the royal family's well-being, particularly after some Twitter users erroneously pointed out a perceived change in the BBC's social media branding. The confusion stemmed from a tweet by user @FieldsLeaf alleging that BBC UK had altered its logo from red to black on Instagram, a change historically associated with significant events like the death of Queen Elizabeth II. However, it's important to note that the claim in the tweet is inaccurate. The BBC operates multiple social media accounts across various platforms, each with its distinct branding conventions. The main account, BBC, typically features its logo on a black background, while its news accounts, such as BBC News, use a red background, a standard branding practice maintained by the broadcaster for years. Kate Middleton appeared happy and healthy as she was spotted alongside Prince William doing some shopping near her Adelaide cottage home, as per reports. Kate and William were observed at one of their preferred farm shops on Saturday, located approximately a mile away from their residence within the Windsor Home Park grounds, according to an elated onlooker who spoke to The Sun. Curiously, there were no photos of the reported sighting. The Sun used images of Kate for their cover story, but they were not from this appearance. A witness to the unphotographed sighting in an era where everyone has a cell phone told The Sun, a witness at the farm shop in Windsor said, "After all the rumours that had been going around, I was stunned to see them there. Kate was out shopping with William and she looks happy and she looks well. The kids weren't with them, but it's such a good sign she was healthy enough to pop down to the shops." Kate's floated return date is now April 17th, which is indeed after Easter. The rumour mill also was speculating that King Charles had died, with most of that attributed to one tweet claiming that flags were at half-mast in London. The King is not dead. One of our favourites is Diana Elsa, who writes for the news.co.au, and now being picked up by the New York Post. Diana writes, "Everyone take a breath here and let me ask you, what do you notice about all of this? Of the bedlam-worthy events? What, or more accurately, who is curiously absent?" Answer, the men. Our first AWOL fella is William. It was the prince who actually took the photo that started this whole ordeal, even though I think we can assume it was Kate, a lifelong photographer and patron of the Royal Photographic Society, who might have composed and organised the image. When the princess's apology landed, there was a nice big fat C at the end, marking the missive as a personal one from Kate and Kate only. Where the heck was her supposed faithful partner? Even if it was Kate, who was the one who was up at nearly 10 p.m. on a Friday tinkering on a Mac, inadvertently proving she is not perfect in every conceivable way, the image was released by their shared social media accounts. It infuriates me to no end when the Wales' joint project, the photo, landed them in roiling, surging hot water. Suddenly the prince was nowhere to be seen, and it was Kate gamely taking the rap solo. For God's sake, they could have just chucked a "we" into that apology and a W on the end, as we have seen countless times before, to put on a nice united front. The prince is not the only one this change can be laid at, thus welcome to the stage, AWOL fella 2, King Charles. His Majesty, of course, has his own problems right now as he undergoes treatment for cancer and has been forced to drop nearly all of his public-facing duties, aside from an occasional official audience. Still, throughout the great Wales hullabaloo, Charles, like his son, was nowhere to be seen. This is a tad trickier. Realistically, Buckingham Palace is not going to pop up and start issuing statements about whatever ordeal his usually irreproachable son and daughter-in-law have accidentally created thanks to good intentions and some shoddy computer work. That is simply not how things are done. But how they are done is that royal insiders and sources tend to pop up in a select handful of newspapers to give select insights into one's feeling or to convey a general sense of the prevailing winds inside the palace. Thus, it would not have come as a surprise to see a line in some reporting such as, "The King is wholly supportive of the Princess of Wales' need to continue to recuperate and knows this will all blow over." You know, something dull but sending supportive smoke signals. Except this has not happened, and Charles is stuck to neatly signing documents and lovingly tending his flowers. Palace Intrigue will be right back. William has recently made a significant decision to hire a full-time valet, a move that marks a departure from his previous reluctance to engage personal royal staff. Traditionally, William has been wary of hiring personal aides, fearing that close relationships could develop and possibly lead to unwanted publicity. However, due to the increased workload resulting from the King's cancer treatment and Kate's recent abdominal surgery, he has chosen to enlist the assistance of a senior valet. In the past, Prince William has relied on his wife for styling advice and has only occasionally used a valet for personal tasks, rather than clothing and grooming responsibilities. However, with this new role as Prince of Wales and the added responsibilities it entails, he recognised the need for additional support. The new full-time valet, who was in his mid-20s, previously worked within Queen Elizabeth's close circle of staff during the COVID pandemic. He also served as a butler for a sheikh in the Middle East before returning to the UK. According to a source quoted by the Mail, after years of resisting, William has taken on his very own Jeeves. William used to dress himself and do everything else himself too. Kate and William generally prefer to keep a small staff at their residence, and the addition of a valet reflects the recognition of the increased demands on their time and responsibilities. While initially hesitant to hire a valet for privacy reasons, Prince William ultimately realized the necessity, particularly in his new role. Importantly, the new valet is described as discreet and keen to remain anonymous, reducing the risk of courting unwanted publicity. And there you have it. If you'd like to email us, our address is thepalaceintrigue@gmail.com. Please follow us on Spotify, Apple, or your app of choice, and it will help you get these breaking news alerts when they happen. I'm Mark Francis. My thanks to John McDermott. This is Palace Intrigue. Good times.